Hey guys, I'm Wing. Welcome to the Mind of a CEO. So, the big questions that we want to find out, in this episode is the mind first or the body first? To give you guys the answer, we have invited Mr. Rizal. Meet Rizal, an international NLP master learning facilitator and NLP master coach with over 18 years of experience. As the founder of Take Charge, he has trained and inspired students from 8 countries, delivering impactful programs for both youth and working adults. One of his signature programs, Take Charge, empower participants to take control of their life, make better choices, and enhance their communication and relationships. Using the powerful technique of NLP, Rizal ensure participants not only learn quickly but also retain and apply their knowledge effectively. Hi, Mr. Rizal.
Hello.
First of all, thank you for accepting my invitations, right?
Thank you for wanting me to be in the program. That's a big thing.
Because your experience, right, is very important, right? I think it's in any field, right? So, back to the questions. Mind first or body first?
There's a debate in that. It can be mind control body, body control mind. You can go both ways. It is useful in either way. For example, when you're feeling so lethargic, you're so tired, and you want to break out of that, sit up straight.
Yeah.
Once you start to sit up straight, your body, your mind says, I'm alert. So that's the body controlling the mind.
So that will be very, very useful when we are like very tired in office, right?
Physically.
Normally like we do a lot of desk work, right? So that will actually increase the energy of that particular person.
Correct.
Oh, correct. That's a good tips, guys.
Then you go another way around. People say mind controls the body. Yeah. For example, you meeting your girlfriend for the very first time. Yeah, somebody you want to impress. Interview with the big boss, for example. And you say in your mind, I want to be part of this team. I want to be with them. So would you be walking in a low tone? No, you'll be walking up straight. So that's the mind seeing yourself in the company, seeing yourself next to the boss, seeing yourself with that girlfriend. Because of that, then the body follows. So mind can also control body.
The questions will be like how long can we actually maintain that kind of mentality throughout not only days, right, but weeks or even years, depends on what we want to do, right? For example, in business, right?
Totally how much you want it. If you want it, you will do anything and everything. You will wait. If you have to wait 5 years, then you wait 5 years. Totally depending on how much you want it. Does that mean that you cannot be lazy during that time? You can, because to be lazy is a choice. To be feeling down, emotions are like that, go up and down. So to be feeling down is a choice. So when you say, I choose to be down, I choose to be lazy today, then what your mind is saying is, okay, I'm in control. So if I can choose to be lazy now, then I can choose to be happy later on. It is just a switch.
It's just a choice.
So it doesn't mean in terms of time, like you're saying, how long you can be. If you're excited all the time, people say you're crazy.
It's pretty tough, right, to be excited,
So if you want to feel down on that day, you want to be sad, it's totally okay. Be down, but you must give a deadline to it. For example, I want to be sad. I want to be sad for the next 5 minutes. 5 minutes sad. You allow yourself to be sad. You want to be angry. You want to be angry. I want to be angry for the next 1 hour. You be angry, because that's what your mind is telling yourself, saying that I'm in control. I'm choosing it. It is not because of that thing which is making me angry. I'm choosing to be angry. So when I choose to be angry, then I can choose to be happy later on. If I'm choosing to be sad now, then my mind is saying.
So pretty much like everything is a choice.
Totally is a choice. That's your switch. Or not, you'll be like angry all the time and sad all the time or depressed all the time, and then you start to blame. I'm like this because which I told you about the bangau. You tend to give excuses. You tend to blame.
Do you mind to share a bit more on your experience, and what sort of clients that you are currently coaching, and then why? I saw on your website, right, on your LinkedIn, right, why bangau? Just how we have discussed it, right? Why bangau?
I do programs for people around the world. I've been in the business for about 18 years now. talking to people in, my audiences are people in 8 countries.
8 countries.
9 countries now. From UK, India, Bangladesh, Vietnam, you name it. And my job is to change people's minds.
Change your mind. Okay.
Yeah, from lazy to more rajin, from depressed to more happy. I change people's minds. From, there was once this lady said, I want to kill myself. Now don't want to kill myself anymore. That kind of change.
That intense.
That intense. Yeah. So I've been doing it for the past 18 years now. And one similarity around the world with all these people I meet is they tend to give excuses. Yeah. Now in my program, I don't call excuses. I call it bangao.
How do you? I mean, how that person know that is actually an excuse, and it's not like because when we are at that situation, right, we do not know that we are actually creating the excuses.
We're giving the excuses. As long as we're saying it's not me, it's that, then you're giving an excuse.
That it causes me to be lazy, for example. That causes me to be
For example, why are you late? Oh, because traffic jam. It's not my fault. It's the jam. That's a blame. Yeah. The worst among us will tend to blame God. Why were you late? Rain. Oh, who brought the rain? God. Worst among us. So around the world, as I go around, the common thing that people do is give excuses. And as long as they're giving excuses and they're not responsible, no way can they excel. No way they can be successful. Yeah. So we Malaysians, we have this song called the Bangau song. For those, it's a Malay song, but I'll tell the Bangau song in English. Bangau, oh Bangau, why are you so thin? I am so thin because the fish will not come up. Fish, why you not come up? Because the grass around the pond too tall. Grass, why you too tall? Because the buffalo not eat me. Buffalo, why you not eat the grass? Because my stomach ache. Stomach, why you ache? Because I ate rice which was not cooked well. Makan nasi mentah. Rice, why you not cook well? Because the firewood was wet. Firewood, why you wet? Because the rain came down. Rain, why you come down? Because the frog called me. Frog, why you call the rain? Because the snake want to eat me. Snake, why you want to eat the frog? Because my food lah. You see how they do excuses?
Blame.
So as long as you're blaming, then you're not being responsible. No way can you take charge. No way you will be ever be in control of yourself. You know how some business people who are in trouble, and they'll say, you can be successful because you got luck.
Yeah,
you can be successful because your parents rich, what?
Because your father is like
your father
country ke dato ke whatever.
So they're saying I cannot be successful because, and they will tend to give excuses. So my job is to eliminate the bangau in the heads. Get rid. When you married or not?
Belum lagi.
Okay.
Bujang.
I am sure. Right now you have many friends. Just friends, friends, right? Until you meet that girl who touched your heart. That's the person you marry, right? See, your heart decides. Your mind just have meetings. That's why your mind sometimes pening kepala. So many but it's your heart which decides. So when I say you reach that level of satisfaction, how do you feel about it? Yeah. If you reach this level of satisfaction, then that's where you stop. That's where you say, I've done enough already. No more excuses. Now time to move on. Don't blame.
I mean, talking about blame, right? I mean, this is my own experience, right? So my dad, he nearly went into bankruptcy because of the 1997 the crash, right? So after that, he never ever want to do any business, any investment anymore. So he just want to be like a normal guy, cukup makan, dah cukup dah, right? So for this kind of people, how can he actually break through from that mindset in the sense of, okay, that is just a case of bad luck. There are a lot more opportunity in the world.
Right.
How can we change the mind so that he can actually open up to more things?
Well, you must ask him, is he happy now doing what he is doing? I mean, he doesn't want to get into business anymore. He doesn't want to invest anymore. For example, he wants to go to the library all day long. That's all he wants to do. Is he happy doing that? If he is, whatever you say will work, because he has made his choice. But if he goes to the library day in, day out, still complaining about what happened to him in business once upon a time ago, then you say, okay, what do you want? I want to be going back to business. See? So only then he can make that choice to transition, to move from library going back to business. Because then he says, now it's my choice to leave this, to go there. He has made the choice of stop business, go to the library. And it's a choice that he made at that moment. Since that day, emotions already go down already. No more feeling bad. But if he goes to the library every day and every day he complain, or every day he read about business, even though he said he want a business, but he still read about business. Then this is a way for you to come to him and say, you've been going to the library, still reading all this business book, meaning you still have that feel. How about going now? Then you encourage this person to go back. But if they're already happy where they are, jangan kacau. Let them be. They're happy.
We talk about this, right? So, like a lot of business owners that do not make it, Okay, this one is a very real case study, right? So I've been in the e-commerce for quite a while, right? So during COVID, a lot of Shopee sellers, they make like massive money because COVID, right? Everyone has to shop online, right? But now, since when everything is open up, their business crashed. Some of them even had to sell their own factories, right? So they're going back to like 9 to 5 kind of job. They lost the motivations, to start back the business. Yeah. So in this kind of situation, will it be the same like as my that situation? So as long as they are still interested in the business field, still readings, then they actually should go back to the business field.
Should or should not, totally again their choice. They took that 9 to 5 job because business is no good.
Yeah.
Right? Business sold off already. So they took that 9 to 5 job as something to temporary. The thing is, when you put things at temporary, you need to put a deadline. I'm going to be like this until when? 5 years, 10 years, 5 hours. You choose. Okay? Because then this is you setting the mind. I'm just doing it temporary because after 5 years, I want to go back to that. You have to put that deadline in your mind. If you don't, then your mind will say, I want to be temporary forever, and then I'm comfortable, and then you die there.
So a lot of things that you have to really pre-plan it.
Right. Pre-plan in the sense that, you cannot plan everything, but you still have to put a plan to it. Yeah. It may not go your way, but at least you have that plan so that when things, all these obstacles and problems come your way, you may get derailed because of those problems, but because you have a plan, you always come back on track. You know how some people say, I go with the flow, where you hear that?
Yeah, people, a lot of time.
When people talk to me like that, I say, if the flow go to Longkang, how?
Masuk longkang je lah sama-sama.
You must have a plan. Yeah, at least so that when troubles come your way, problems come your way, you don't get derailed so far. Many people, they plan, they want to do their PhD. And they're so clear. Want to do the PhD, and PhD is clear. But because they don't answer the big why I want to do the PhD, that one not clear. The intention not clear. So as they're going towards the PhD, will they have problems in life? Yeah, family problems, relationship problems, PhD problems. And they get derailed because of those problems. And because their intention, the plan, not there, never existing, they get derailed and lost out. And they start to question themselves, why am I doing this in the first place? But for those people whose intentions are so clear, the plan, the intentions are so clear, they will, when they get derailed, they always go back on track. They always come back on track. Mas Ali say that when you have problems, always go back to basics.
So the basic will be your purpose or your visions.
Your purpose, your intention, your plan. Come back to your plan. So you must have a plan. No plan, you get all those problems. You get derailed. You gone. You masuk dalam longkang lah.
So it means that we need to have a purpose in whatever things that we do.
Correct.
So okay, let's talk about purpose, right? So I talk about purpose. It will be some things that it will be relevant to like passions or money, right? Because I mean your purpose is to, for example, like we are in the startup scene, so our passions or our purpose is to help maybe change the whatever ecosystem or to innovate the current e-healing, right? For example, so for these things, right? A lot of times when we do not see the revenue comes in, right? We somehow lost our so-called passions or purpose initially. So in this sense, as a business person or you as a advisor, right? How will you advise this business owner when we sort of lost the purpose or passions because the sales is not doing well? I think it's a very common kind of situations that business owner will.
I have the suggestion that person probably their purpose is not clear. Wasn't clear in the first place. They say they have a purpose.
Yeah.
They have their intention, their goals are so clear. Goals and purpose, two different things. It's like in a race, there are two lines. One finishing line, one starting line. Starting line is your intention, purpose. Big Y. Finishing line is your goal. So let's say your goal is to be rich. Intention? Why you want to be rich? To help family, to buy a house, to
change the world,
to change the world.
Whatever.
So goal may be clear, intention not clear, still not good. Intention clear, goal not clear, also not good. So for example, if I say there are many things on the table right now, Wing, pick one up.
Tissue.
Okay, so you pick that up. Okay. If I say, when, pick up the handphone.
Handphone.
Straight up. Because it's so clear. When it's not clear, I said pick up anything. He said,
wait and see. See what is convenient, I guess.
See how the mind control the body. Mind clear. It's like you go to mama store, and then before you go in the mama, you already shout from outside, "Mama, I want to eat." Then mama shout back, "Eat what?" And he said, "Eat rice." And he said, "What rice?" And the conversation will continue until the mama understands what you want. Then the mama will know what to do in the kitchen, right? Same lah. In your mind, got that mama in your head also. Every time you say, "I want to be successful," the mama in your head asks, "Successful like how?"
How do you define success? I think, right.
And then you say, "Okay, successful rich, huh? Rich like how? Ringgit or rupiah?" Or crypto.
Or have to be very well defined.
Right. It must be crystal clear. You have a picture of somebody you love or admire, yes or no?
I don't know. Maybe that's why I'm still single.
But one day, when you do have that picture, will the picture be color or black and white?
Color for sure.
Why not black and white?
I don't know.
No fear. That's why you put your picture next to her picture. Whatever you want in life. The Mak Saleh say what? Emotion drives behavior. When you're excited about something or when something scares you, it will drive you towards something. Some people do good because they want to go to heaven. Some people do good because they're afraid of hell. Okay. Some people do work because they're passionate about their work. Some people do work because they have to pay the bill. There's emotion involved, which drives them to do something. Now that can only work if what you want is clear. Many people every year say, "I want to lose weight." But every year put on new weight. Why? Because they're not clear. They're not clear. They want to lose weight to what kilogram? When they want to start losing weight? When they want to reach the weight they want? They're not clear. So when they're not clear, their friend bring chocolate. Tomorrow lah, I diet. Gone.
I think our talks about like clear goal, right? I think this can be implemented in a lot of different industries. I mean, everybody, right? Is there a right way to not give direct instructions and let your staff to do it, and then you fix it? When it's wrong. Yeah.
If you keep answering your staff punya inquiries, staff come to you and say, "Boss, we have a problem. The problem is A, B, C, D."
Yeah.
Okay. Now, being a sometimes friendly, extra friendly boss will say, okay, this is how you do it. Yeah. What happens to the staff after a while? Every day, boss got problem. The staff will start to say, never mind, got problem. Boss dah ada, but boss will always be there to solve the problem. So what happens to the staff? Staff stop thinking anymore. Boss there to think for us lah. That's why boss punya salary high.
True.
Now let's say that boss is not the boss lah, it's a manager lah. There's a higher boss. What happens to this manager now? The manager will always be wanted to be there because to solve the problems kan. The manager will never get a promotion because will always be there. So what can this manager atau boss do? The next time your staff comes to you and say, boss got problem. Boss should be saying, okay, the problem is clear, so what are your suggestions? Ask the staff to give 1 or 2 or 3 suggestions. Boss maybe add 4 lah. And then boss say, okay, now we have 4 possible solutions to this, right? Which one would you do? Which one would you do? Because you're going to do the work, the staff. You're going to do the work, right? Which one would you do? So now this is already empowering the staff to do it. After a while, before the staff goes and meet the boss, the staff already prepare the possible solution first before seeing the boss. So this is you get staff which now thinking stuff. What we call now the keyword we call it knowledgeable workers.
They know how to
People
think,
think for themselves. Before they see the boss. So now the staff grows, staff start to think for themselves. Minimize the time with the boss. Boss now can think about other things.
If not, the staff is just keep kacau you.
Day in, day out, pukul 12 malam will call you.
Right, what sort of advice do you have for people that is struggling with low esteem or confidence issues? I mean, they themselves might be a very brilliant person, right? But just maybe of their past kind of experience, or not, they have very low confidence, or low esteem. What sort of advice or what sort of strategy that you have for them, to increase it back?
Number one, I will always tell people, because people when they ask me this question, they will put up their hands in the hall and say, Sir, I have a question. And they will say exactly what you just said. I have low confidence, low self-esteem. How? Then I said, didn't you just put out your hand?
That requires a lot of encouragement, right?
I mean, can you cross the road now? You say, can? Does it take you 3 days to cross the road? No. So that confidence now, you just brought it into the hall, and that confidence allow you to put out your hand to ask question. Because if you were not confident, you would not be able to ask me the question in the first place. So you do have the confidence. You do have the esteem already. In fact, your level of confidence very high, I would say. I mean, when you go into the lift, do you read when was it last maintained? No,
Masuk je.
Oh, high confidence. I mean, when you go to the mama store, do you check the kitchen? No, you just order and eat, right? That is people of level of high confidence. So here's the point: you are already confident, just show it. If you're confident all the time, people not like you also. You like the spotlight on the head all the time, but people don't like you. There are times you want to just shut up and keep quiet and go into the shadow. And that's okay. But in life, there are times when you need to stand out and show that confidence. It's like knowledge in the head lah. There are times that the knowledge in your head is so much, but the knowledge, if you cannot show it, no good. Confidence is like that. It's already there. It's just that you need to just switch on.
What about confidence in not confidence in doing new things? Yeah. So, for example, like I coach a lot of, I train, I do have program like how to make money online, like affiliates or whatsoever, right? So a lot of students say, I have not done this before, and saya dah umur 57 tahun, I'm not tech savvy, so I am very, very scared to do this, right? So how do this guy or this lady, can break through that kind of negative, is it like negative self-thought and also self-talk?
Yeah. Well, those people, you know why they're scared? Because they listen to a teacher or to a coach who told them to go out of their comfort zone.
Yeah, that's what we learn from.
I disagree.
Why though?
Go out of your comfort zone is like take the fish out of the aquarium. What happened to the fish?
Mati
Die. So I don't say go out of your comfort zone. I say expand your comfort zone. Different, man.
Different
Totally concept.
So I mean the fish is still in the kolam, but the kolam bigger.
Expand your comfort zone. Sikit. The Malays have this saying, sikit-sikit. Sikit-sikit lah. One change after another, small changes, and it becomes a big change. And because of the small changes, it's consistent. Then you will tend to make bigger changes later on. But if you suddenly do that big change, do something totally different, go out of comfort zone. Not everybody has that resilient kind of thing, to stay there. For most people, they die fast.
It's too stressed. Right. Cannot take it.
They have other things in their minds which is occupying them, and they die. Dah lah, they have, for example, family issues health issues and then you say go out of your comfort zone. Pengsan.
I think this seems like those people that want to quit smoking, right? So if you ask them to totally stop right now,
for people smoking, there are two motivations. One is because their friend died, their best friend died, and suddenly they stop.
That one.
That can happen. Because they have very high motivation based on an example they have. Okay. Another one is step by step. First this, for 3 packs a day becomes 1 pack a day, for example, and then 3 sticks a day, for example. Step by step. Expand your comfort zone.
So you have to slowly. You cannot go like terus hantam je.
Totally your choice. Again, speed, time, totally your choice. You decide how fast, how slow. Thing is, be consistent . Yeah.
So this will go back to like when you earlier said that you need to have like written plan that next year I need to quit, for example, quit smoking. So you have to set the deadline for whatever that you do, right?
There are steps on how to get your goals clear. Number 1 for me, say what you want, not what you don't want.
Say what you want, not what you don't want. All right.
For example, instead of saying I don't want to smoke, you say what?
I want to quit smoking.
No, I want to lead a healthier lifestyle.
Okay, I want to live a healthier lifestyle.
Instead of saying I don't want to be late, you say
I will be punctual.
There you go. Right. So say what you want. My late mother, when she was young, she always say, I don't want to marry the guy whose house in the middle of the sawah padi. My father, his house in the middle of the sawah padi. what you don't want, you get. Because the mind is like that. When children run and then you say stop running. No, you say don't run.
Don't run.
Yeah. Now the child stop because the child terkejut, man. Suddenly the father and the mother shout. Yeah. Then the child will say, ask, okay, father said don't run. Do what? Don't know. Father didn't say anything. Run, no, because that's what they know. Right? So instead of saying don't run, you say walk slowly or stop. Because the mind is always looking for instructions. So when you get your goals clear, always say what you want, not what you don't want.
For example, like I want to make 1 million in 3 years' time.
Not clear, man. 1 million ringgit rupiah or what?
1 million ringgit.
Okay, so that 1 million ringgit in what form?
Cash. Example.
It must be crystal clear, detailed. Because that's what the mind is looking for. That's how the mind operates. It's like you program something on the computer, there's this step by step, right? If your steps is wrong, then you get a different result, right?
Yes.
Your mind works that way. So it must be detailed, step by step, until you can see it as detailed as possible. I want to buy a house. Is that clear, man?
What house? Where? How much?
Where? KL big. Where in KL? So because it's not clear, the mind doesn't know what to do.
So it means that pretty much everything, as long as we give clear instructions, the universe will give it to us pretty much.
Yeah.
Right. So this will be relevant to the law of attraction kind of things.
True. In the law of attraction, they don't explain how. If you read the book, law of attraction, they don't explain how. The concept is that when you want something, you just say it out. It like on a normal business, you have a goal in life, but can you get it a goal? Can you get the goal alone?
Cannot.
Cannot.
Sure.
You need people's help,
Yes,
right?
sure can.
But if you cannot tell people, how are people going to help you? And then when you tell people, you don't describe it in detail.
Also very hard to help you because
my English lecturer used to tell me, you may have that 1 million idea in your head, but because you don't know how to talk to people, then that 1 million idea suddenly become 1 cent idea.
I think this is very important, right? Because like we startup founders, right, we have to pitch, right?
Right.
So sometimes if we cannot deliver the essence of our business in our maybe like 7 minutes pitch, it will be tough to fundraise, right? So I mean, in this context, right, do you have any like framework that you can suggest to us, or any books to read, that so that we can actually communicate much more clear, to the investor or on a deck, when we want to pitch for fundraise?
Whenever you come up with a deck, a presentation, my suggestion always you present it to children first.
If they can understand.
If they can understand, it means you know your stuff. Einstein said what? Einstein said the best scientific theory is a scientific theory which children can understand. So sometimes we don't talk about founders and business people, even professors in universities. They speak their language. You see? Then the students, what happen? All die.
the jargons, everything.
And all that. Yeah, we sometimes feel that by throwing all these jargons we might impress the investor. But you see, the investor is not impressed of that, because the investor knows very much all those jargon and what it means. Investor want to say is looking for, tell me something which I don't know. Tell me something which I can learn from you today. If you're able to do that, my boss dulu kata, to have a good relationship with the boss, always teach the boss something new.
Always teach the boss something
new. Then the boss will love you for life. Sama lah dengan these investors. They're looking for something new. But here you are talking about, and then you throw all the jargon, kononnya nak impress. But when they start asking you questions, you die off. Because you're so terikat with all those jargons, and then you're trying to figure your way out. No. You don't know your stuff. So I would say, do whatever pitch you have, your deck and all that, and then you present it to children. If the children can understand, then you know your stuff. Meaning, when you go for that presentation later on, and those people question you left and right, because you know your stuff, you can tell it this way and this way and this way and this way. Suddenly they talk bahasa Melayu, you can talk bahasa Melayu also. You know what I mean? Because you know your stuff, The root is the essence of the stuff that you want to present. You know it. So how you present it, you totally decide on that moment of time with the investors. That's one. Number two, have you done your homework? Who those investors are? Sometimes we are so proud of our stuff or our business,
our idea is the best
product, or and it can influence anybody. You have to know who your customer is, the investors lah. What's their background? What's their likes? What's their don't likes? So as you're presenting, relate to that. I mean, I used to work in HR once upon a time ago, and my general manager of HR, he was the president of the Arsenal fan club Malaysia.
Wow.
President. So when my friends want to look for work, I say you come for interview, and you make sure in the interview later on, because I know he's going to be in the interview, make sure you relate everything to Arsenal. Confirm dapat kerja. Confirm dapat kerja. Because he's the president of Arsenal fan club Malaysia.
So people actually like, also can, no?
Confirm. So how much have you done your background check on the people that is going to listen to your presentation? You tak iya pun, if there are many people, but who will be the decision makers? And you speak their language, because in NLP we call this matching and mirroring.
Matching and mirroring.
Yeah, you match people. If the group of investors are from Sabah, you want to talk Kelantan, No. So when you want to talk Sabah, at least talk some slang. You know, those people like golf, whatever you talk, you relate it to golf. Because then you're speaking their language, then it makes sense to them. Alright, it's only for you. You're the only one who knows your product. You think it's so good?
Very matching. Matching and mirror.
Matching and mirroring.
Matching and mirroring. So, it's very, very, very good tips. Always know who is your target audience, and then their behaviors, their psychographics.
What they like and what they don't like. You know? What they don't like, for example, let's say as you're doing small or you're doing your research, you find out that these people don't like traffic jam. Okay? And then as you meet them, and you say, how's the traffic in your place? And small talk before we go into the business part. Oh, traffic jam. And then you notice when they talk about traffic jam,
stress.
You see it in their face. It's like stressed out. And then you talk about something they like. They talk about children and they like talk. And then you talk, I hear you got 3 children. Okay, so you see their face. What do they like this, or do they don't like that? Okay, so then you start to go into your pitching. You pitch. Then you say, don't like. I'm not saying don't like in his face. So now you have to change. What you're talking about, they don't like. You have to change topic. You have to find another way in. If you talk, I see a lot of like. Then I have to add some more to make it. This is you being observant so much of what's happening with the client, the investor. Sometimes you're so into your presentation, you don't notice what's happening with them. You're not observant. The words they use, the body language they show, the way they think. You know, because you're so into your product. We are all selfish people, man. Yeah. Normal. Normal. I mean, if there are many people here and then I take a picture of you guys and I show you the picture, which face would you look for first?
My own face.
Selfish. So being selfish is a normal thing. It's just that when you're pitching, that selfishness you have to put aside. You know your product. You don't have to look at your slides anymore because you know your stuff already. Now you need to be observant. Who's your client? What's happening with them? Do they like it? Or you are short sneering?
I think a lot of startup founders, of them, a lot of them will shock suddenly because they think that the idea is the best idea, millions ideas. Millions dollars ideas. So I think it's a very good tips for founders, right? Because we just very focused on our business model, stuff like that, and then we neglected, who are our investors, right? Right. Next things will be a lot of us, right? We will tend to lack focus, or it cannot be consistent, right? So just a quick example, right? So when I started my YouTube channel, right? So in 2019, which is during COVID, literally I spent hours, 4 to 5, to create 4 to 5 content every single day, right? So that's my full-time job for the last 3 years. But now it's very hard, not on me, but those people that they want to events that they want to just start a side hustle, right? It's very hard for them because they say that they will lack of focus because just too many things happening around, right?
The
family, the bank community. How to after work, damn tired, I have to go back and work on my side hustle and whatever thing. How I'm going to focus and keep my 100%.
You want or don't want? That's the question actually. You want or don't want? You want that side income or not? You don't want, do something else. You want, find a way. You want to do now or later on, but at least you say you want, right?
Yes, that's what I want. Yeah.
Don't give excuses, because once you start to get excuses, then one after another. Yeah. So to me, it's totally a choice. You start with that first question. All right, I'm feeling so lethargic. I'm feeling so things are not going my way. I'm moody today. All right, fine. Do I want this? Yes. Okay. When do I want this? I'm a person who cannot stay in front of the computer more than 5-10 minutes. Because So I said, what? Okay. Do I want to get this done? Yes. But not now. Now sekarang tak ada mood. Okay, so now I go play PS4 for 3 hours.
Then?
Totally. Immerse myself in that. Then in my mind, okay, 3 hours finished already. Come back.
Mm-mm.
And I continue. Another 5 minutes, we go ice cream. But I still get it done because I know I want this done. I have to get this done. I want this done. I want to see this done. Will I have all these distractions? Yes. Layan lah. But because you're making a choice, you say, yes, I want this. Because if I don't want, I do something else.
Can this also be implemented into like parenting?
Oh yeah.
Right, because when I was much more younger, right, my mom's like forced me to study. Every night I'm so scared, because my mom will just rotan me until I finish my work. I mean, that's the old way kind of, I damn scared at night because my mom just sit beside me and I cry like shit, and you have to do the work, So yeah, I mean, is it okay, to let your kids, to play for maybe an hour, but for sure, I mean, as you mentioned, you have to set a time. After an hour, then you have to do your homework for X amount of period, then you can have a rest. So can we also implement this strategy into parenting when it comes to education?
Oh, yeah. I mean, once upon a time ago, you see, I have 3 kids. The youngest is a special needs kid. So when she came...
same as my sister.
When she came, we had to focus on her. So the other 2 kids, we had to take out from school. At that time, Tadika, the eldest were masuk Tadika. So we had to take her out. And what we did was we did homeschooling.
Does teacher come to?
No. We teach.
Oh.
But you see, in homeschooling, there are many ways of doing it. Our way of doing it was, okay, you interested in what? Some people homeschooling, okay, we prepare you for SPM. Some people homeschooling, okay, we prepare you for A level. And if that is the intention, then you go buy the books lah. Do latihan. That's it. Yeah? That's homeschooling if you are preparing for the kids for exam. We were preparing for the kids for what they want to do in life, and they decide. So my elder said, she's more into architecture kind of thing. My second getter, she's more into cars kind of stuff. So okay, so that means you need English, you need maths, you need science a bit. And we'll prepare lah. Find YouTube videos yang kena-mena with the subject matter, or as we're driving anywhere here, and an opportunity comes to talk about, contohnya, that's kelapa sawit. What's kelapa sawit? We stop the car. Who touch kelapa sawit lah? You know what I mean? So what happens is the kids now say, okay, I want to do this, and my dad and mom is supporting it, and that's good. Okay? Now they want to do because they have the intention. They want to be that, and we just support that. It looks like we're not giving them proper education. But then later on, when my kids say, we want to make friends now, because we're in homeschooling in the house only, right? Oh, we want to make friends. There's a school over there. We just joined the school to make friends. So we sent. And then during exam time, me and my wife already like, how? And they succeeded. They succeeded. So even though they didn't have that formal way of doing education, formal way, but because we encourage our kids to learn what they want to learn, so the excitement of learning is already there. That's the most important thing. Not what they learn, but the excitement of learning. And we support that by giving them YouTube videos ke, atau bringing them around ke, sending for art class ke, because of that, they survive.
They survive.
I mean, in school, in proper school, and that's why even proper school, we had to choose because some schools very rigid, must follow this way. Don't do homework, you die. Kind of
my school, so scary, man.
Now we found a school which totally support. If you cannot answer in Malay, you can answer in English, fine.
As long as you
answer.
Like because some of my friends, they send their kids into Montessori, is it? Montessori, right?
Yeah, right.
They say that I pay a few thousand, just for my kids to play. I mean, that's what. But those kids are freaking, smart. The way they talk, they can talk, not like an adult, but they can communicate with an adult, just like
my kid when we were homeschool. our parents are actually, our parents say, tak ada SPM boleh ke? Or dia orang tak ada kawan nanti how? In my occupation, what I do, I travel a lot. So I bring them because homeschool can bring them along lah. And then when they go to swimming pool, and then suddenly they can make friends with a Kenyan guy, a Japanese guy. Okay, what? They can speak to not only people at their age but also adults. Okay, with no fear. So to me, as long as you know what you're doing, and then you allow things to happen in terms of support your kids to do what they want to do, and support means with there's some rules but not rigid now. Like for example, some people say no handphone, no, or YouTube or all this kind of stuff. Nanti will bring you to, but we give handphone, but then we have this kind of thing. Okay, handphone 2 hours.
So you everything is. I mean.
For example,
you have a goal, have a timeline.
We have the plan, we have the timeline, we have rules, yes, but we're not rigid, we're flexible. If the handphone can help you learn better, then learn lah. Will we always be behind their shoulder to see what they see? Yes. To ensure that things don't go not our way lah. We are there, but we allow it to happen. And things go well.
Because I think it's very important to let the kids, get in touch with the technology because, in the future is on technology, right?
Okay.
So if they are not in touch with, they do not update themselves, on this tech, right? They might be outdated, right? Because they don't use any of this, right?
True.
So I think it's very important to do this, right? Next questions, right? So very often for founders, like pitching is a skill, right? So normally, if you don't talk a lot, we don't pitch a lot, maybe you get very anxious and nervous, right? So for example, if I have another 30 minutes, right, before my pitch, and I feel super nervous, super anxious, what sort of quick fix that you have? At least I can present myself well in the next 7 minutes in front of the investor.
Do you think I'm nervous when I've been doing it for like 18 years? Do you think I'm nervous when in front of audience?
If you ask like that, for sure you.
I am seriously.
But how? I mean,
that's the first thing. Nervousness is normal for anybody. Just don't show it, lah.
How? I mean, like,
so okay, when you're nervous, what you do?
I prefer.
Why? Because you see, when you were small, when you're threatened, you hold your parents' hand, right? But now adults, when you feel threatened, you get nervous, you don't have anybody hand. You hold your own hand, right? So when you do this, people know that you're nervous. And if these people are strong personalities, they will eat you for breakfast, right? So how to be nervous but don't show? So instead of doing this, if you really have to hold your hands, do like this. For example, this is called the steeple in body language. Steeple. Like that.
Steep. Yeah? So if you
Donald Trump like to do this. So talk like that. Talk like that. Yeah. So if you really have to hold your hands, like this, hand over here. Yeah. Mahathir likes to do this when taking picture. He like that. Now this is called the power stance, Dirian power stance. Now watch me, power stance. If my hand is here, nervous. Now this is nervous. This is sangat nervous. This is gila nervous. Level higher, straight nearly to stress already. Because after this, it goes to neck, it goes to head, it goes to eyes. Yeah. So you want to hold your hand? Can here. Contohnya, as we were discussing, talk like that. Don't
move lah, the move.
Don't rub. Talk. Here, yeah, or here. Steve Jobs likes to do like this. Chin grab. You grab the chin. See what I mean? So you can be nervous, but just don't show it. That's one. Another one I practice is, you see, as long as the people in front of you got 2 hands, 2 legs like you, okay.
Same human.
Right. If they got tail behind their back, you run.
It's scary.
And seriously, I do that. Even though my audience is this high sometimes, I come early, I set my things up, and then I watch who comes in. Got tail? No tail. Got tail? Okay. There was this time when I was invited by UTM. They said, Rizal, do a program for lecturers. I said, lecturer? Okay, no problem. So I set my things up, and then I went to the registration table to see who coming. And every name on that list had a professor in front of them. Professor. So they're not just normal lecturers, or they're all professors. Now, I'm master, don't have PhD, don't ask lah. So was I nervous? Oh, nervous gila already. So you know what I did? I took my marker pen, I cancelled the professor on the list. See name only. Okay. So as long as the people in front of you got 2 hands, 2 legs, even they have Dato or Raja in front of their names, they have 2 hands, 2 legs. My parents, my dad dulu director of agriculture in Kedah. And he often gets invited to the istana, Sultan do dinner ke apa ke, So my parents would get invited And then when they come back, and my mom would always bring the menu. And when you read the menu from the istana, you say, wow, look what kind of food you eat. You're very curious, what kind of food you eat, bombastic kind of wording and all that. And then my mom said, oh, this one kari kepala ikan. This one ayam masak merah.
Just a name is fancy.
It's just name fancy, ma. Then my mom said something which forever is in my mind now. My mom said, all those people in the istana, they go to the same toilet as you do. Suddenly, I think so fancy.
Same je.
We go to the same toilet. So same. As long as the people in front of you got 2 hands, 2 legs.
Same je.
Same je. The thing is this. Here's part 3. Number 1, number 2, number 3. Number 3 is they come to listen to you.
Yeah, so you are the boss.
Right. Or not, they after 1 minute they're ready to blah, but they're still there, right? Meaning you're useful. So be useful to tell what you have to tell. Because at any moment of time they could just walk out, right? Yeah, and in my life, have there been people who walk out? Yeah. From 100 people, there were just four lecturers walked out. They said rubbish. But only 4 the rest are still there, okay. So those 4 is not your customer. See? So as long as the people are still there listening to you, meaning you have that opportunity to sell something. Sell lah, be useful lah, share lah. So why be nervous?
I think this same goes to like when we create content, right? So there must be someone that don't like you. They like give you negative comment, right? So just ignore those and focus on those.
I would not say ignore them. I say respect them. Yeah. The thing is how? How do you respect people? Let's say somebody says, Wang, you suck.
Thank you.
Let's appreciate, ma. That's not respect. Appreciate, you say thank you. You respect, you say like this. That's interesting. Because when you say that's interesting, it doesn't mean you don't disagree. You're just saying that particular comment is interesting.
Yeah.
And when you say that, you're putting yourself on learning mode. You see, sometimes people give you feedback, but they don't know how to give you feedback. It sounds like criticism. But they care so much, they want to tell you. You see, it's just that the words or how they do it, they don't choose, and it hits your ear. It demotivates you. So when you say that's interesting, you're putting yourself on learning mode, and you're still listening. And learn. It may not be useful for you at that moment of time, but it may be useful for you later on in life. So if you totally ignore, you miss out on that learning, So you still want to listen, but it doesn't. It hurts you, but you say that's interesting.
That is interesting.
I had this professor on the second day of the program, early morning. Kamu ni keliru lagi mengelirukan. You are confused and confusing. His finger like that. His finger was like that.
Angry.
Said, that's interesting. I've never heard a comment like this before. Why do you say that? And the guy was so confused. He was so confused. After that, he sat down straight away. Later on in the lunchtime, I went to sit with him. I said, Prof, what's the story this morning? And he said, I was actually looking for a fight with you. I wanted to argue with you. But when you said that's interesting, I didn't know how to respond.
He gets stunned now.
He got confused now. Later on in the day, we found out that he fought with his second wife.
So it's not because of you, because of...
for somebody else. See? So if you fought with him, you debated with him, or you argued with him, you won't get you or him anywhere. Sometimes it's not your issue at all. But when you put yourself on learning mode, you manage yourself, you manage your emotion, and maybe you get something out of it.
This question's, I think it's a bit interesting, right? So when we look at, when we watch movie, right, so hypnotherapist will be like, you have a watch, so is it the same?
No, that's all TV.
No, it's not like that.
You have to understand. For the audience to understand, there's hypnosis, then there's hypnotherapy.
Two different things.
Two different things. It's two different levels actually. Hypnosis is the ability to put people under trance. Trance means you're so focused. For example, you're watching football on the TV and then somebody crossed in front of you. You didn't realize that person crossed in front of you. That's you under trance. Or when you're in the car, you're driving, you're so focused on the road, you didn't notice people on the right or on the left sometimes. It's because you're so focused. That's trance. And we are always in trance. Always. Like right now, you're listening to me, you're in trance. You don't know the birds outside singing, you don't know the cars moving around here. You're in trance. So in hypnosis, for hypnotists, I help people to go into trance. And while they are in trance, I put things into their heads. That's hypnosis. Okay? Hypnotherapy is if they have issues, while they are in trance, we resolve their issues.
Wow. So pretty much like they are in their own zone, then you fix it when they are at that zone.
When they're at that zone.
Wow. Seems like very fantasy.
It is. Hypnosis has 8 levels. Some people say, hypnosis put you to sleep. No, sleep is level number 8.
The highest level.
Yeah. Right now, you're in trance. You're not asleep.
They says like when I talk to you, I can actually manipulate your mind and you do things that...
Manipulate is a very negative word. It has a negative connotation. That's why people are so afraid of people who have hypnosis knowledge. No. It's not about manipulate. It's about putting things into their minds for reasons that you have. So you have to understand this. Hypnosis is like a tool, like a hammer. You can use the hammer for good, you can use the hammer for bad. Yeah. The hypnosis also like that.
You can cure people.
You can cure people, or you can get many girlfriends.
Can teach me?
So you see, it's how you use the tool. Okay. So when you say manipulate, then you're giving this connotation that it's being used for bad things. No, not necessarily. It can be used for example, a person who has cannot lose weight, for example, and they go for diet, they go for the gym, they go for jogging, doesn't work. So then they said, okay, Rizal, maybe hypnotherapy can help. So when we go into the hypnosis, we go into a certain time in his life that there are some issues in his life that needs to be resolved. Resolve that issue, diet works. And the issue has nothing to do with eating or diet or nothing to do with it. It's just an issue that some people have not resolved. Some people keep. For example, let's say example. Let's say you say your mother beat you. For some people, that beating is still in their head. Now, even though they grow up adult, they forgot that, but it's still stored somewhere in the head. So the next day, somebody comes and then put a stick on the table, and then you say, you remember. And suddenly you don't like this whole situation, but that guy was just doing it for fun. You see? So because you have not resolved it, it complicate things in your present.
Mm-mm.
So in hypnotherapy, we help resolve those matters, which was in the past. And past can be very weird for some people. Some people go back into the past and they say, once upon a time ago, Rizal, I was a frog.
Kata
You
frog.
know how some people, they think of past lives. So we being hypnotherapy therapists, we need to be professional. It's in their mind, not our mind. It's in their mind, and they want it resolved, so we help them. So, but you have to understand, when people talk about their past, for example, what's in their mind can be weird for you, but you take it as it is.
You sound telling me that I was a fraud. What the heck, bro?
Some people.
Oh, all right. Okay, let's talk a bit about happiness, since that's a bit late now. So what is your perspective of the pursuit of happiness? Okay, this one I think I can relate a lot as well. So my mom always tell me, Wing, as long as we have food on the table, it's pretty much good enough already, right? But I mean, for me, right, it's not good enough in the sense of, because I came from I came from B40s, pretty much, right?
Okay.
So, and moving forward in this era, right, it's not enough to just put, rice on the table, right? So, am I not person that is not satisfied with happiness, or I'm a greedy person in this context, or I should just live a normal life like my mom suggests?
Your standards are different, that's it. Your standards, your mom's standards different. Why? Because both of you live in a different life. I mean, your mom at that time, in that time, was enough.
Yeah, I mean, yes.
But you're now in this time, you see. So the question you want to ask is, what's enough for you? You have to put that. Because if you don't, then it becomes greed. You're always not enough, always not enough, always not enough, always not satisfied. You get stressed, and you want to take it all. And it's still not enough, which is bad, man. You don't reach that enough, So the question you want to ask is, what's my enough? What's my standard? Your mom had a standard, what's yours? Yeah. So it's okay, it's different because you live different timelines.
Yep.
With your timeline now in this present, what's enough for you? Once you have that, imagine, Mama Wang, I have to relate this on. One day you meet a girl, and for her this is enough, and for you that is enough. And because both of you don't know what enough is, then you will never reach to an agreement, ma. How are you going to get married? So
You fight.
both of you must be clear what's enough for you. Then you can negotiate, because both of you know what your standards is, and then give and take. That's what marriage is all about. So sama lah. You decide what's your enough.
So one more question in the perspective of psychology, right? So some of them says that money is the root of devil, right? So I mean, the thing is that a lot of people, they are pretty humble when they are nobody, right? But when they become certain level of, someone, they have a lot of money, then they become someone that is bad, So in this sense, that does money amplify what they actually already have? But at that point, they don't have much money. That's why they're just being humble. But when they have a lot of money, so that money actually amplify what they actually have inside them initially. Or the money actually changed them?
Firstly, we watch TV every day. All the robbers and murderers all rich, is it?
No.
So money is just another excuse. How you use the money, makes you good or bad. Again, use the money as a tool.
So money is always just a tool.
Money is just a tool for whatever you want. That makes you happy, makes you satisfied, which makes you enough. Yeah, it's just a tool to get there. Some people, 1 ringgit, I'm enough. Some people, no, I need 1 million ringgit, and that's enough. And that's both correct for both of them. Different people, different standards. So let's not bang on money, That's what I said, all those murderers and thieves and all that, they're all rich, is it?
No, for sure. Yeah. I think one last question.
Yeah.
I think this one is very important, which is the growth mindset. Yeah, I believe that everyone need to have this sort of growth mindset, right? But how are we going to cultivate, especially in the workforce, right? So when we hire someone, do we actually need to help them to grow, or we just depends on themselves? If they want to grow, then we help. If they don't want to grow, they can just be there for 10 years as an admin yourself. So how are we going to cultivate, or is it necessary at the first place that we cultivate growth mindset in all of our employees?
Well, I would suggest that you portray that growth mindset. Again, the growth mindset is this big terminology that people use. Use the word learning and put yourself on learning mode. You
simple
become the example. So you're always there reading, you're always going for courses, you are learning from your own staff. Your staff tell you about Rizal, this is how you make a cake, for example. Yeah, how? And you're learning So because you're being that good example, then you become that good leader. Because a good leader is a person who leads by example, kan?
Yes.
But if you have nothing to show, you yourself are not learning, how are you going to encourage people to learn? So it starts with you first. Because once you become that example, people easily follow. People follow based on what they see, what they hear, right?
Yep.
So they will easily see, oh, my boss is like that. My boss is encouraging that because he is like that. And they're excited because they follow a good boss. Right? But if you yourself not learning more, don't talk about growth to other people lah.
Sendiri pun tak ada buat, kan? So I was just wondering, like, what sort of programs or trainings that you offer? Do you offer to a group, or do you do like classes every now and then, or you just on appointment basis, or how do you?
I do a whole range. I have about 14 plus programs under my belt. My anchor program is called Take Charge. Take Charge is whereby I chase the Debunks away, get people in the right frame of mind. So if you have an organization who has employees who like to give excuses and whatnot, call me, like, I chase the Debunks away. I set them straight and I show them how to survive, not only alone but with the people around them, and what it means to grow with everybody. Everybody wants to be successful, right?
Yes.
Why be successful alone? You imagine when we were small, standard 1, standard 2, standard 3, our parents always say, you must be number 1, number 2, number 3. Correct? But that mentality in the office, relevant not? No.
Team.
But when people with that mentality bring it in the office and everybody wants to be number 1, number 2, number 3, what happens in the office? You have backbiting, you have sabotaging, because everybody wants to be number 1, number 2, number 3. Padahal they're under one roof as an organization. So what should people do? Get rid of the competition by making friends. So you can, in the organization, you want to get people as good as you. So in my Take Charge program, I say, hey, you want to be successful, but you cannot be successful alone. So get everybody as successful as you are. Because when that happens, one day when you need help, so many people can help you. But if you're the only one who's so good, one day when you fall sick, for example, nobody can help you because they're worse off. You see? So that's the Take Charge program. I have also a program where people learn how to be like me. It's called the Professional Learning Facilitator program. We have about 3,000 plus around the world, people who learn from me how to present like me at my standards. Meaning after the program, we do an audit. If they fail the audit, we will take the certificate and burn it outside.
So the certification is to become a certified NLP, or how?
Well, it's called Professional Learning Facilitator. And in this Professional Learning Facilitator, they learn all the skills to be like me, how to present like me, which has elements of hypnosis, which has elements of NLP. I don't mention it because it's not important. But for somebody whose background is NLP or hypnosis, they say, Rizal, you're teaching this. Yeah, I am. But I'm not saying it. It's like Anthony Robbins. You go for Anthony. Have you been?
No.
One day when you go, if you have a background in NLP, you will say, this is NLP, This is matching mirroring, this is anchoring, this is reframing. But he doesn't say the words. Anthony Robbins didn't even use those words.
Technique inside the programs.
He shows the techniques. He might even give a new name for the technique. Because for him, as for me, it's not important these people to know. It's important for them to use the technique, right? So in the professional learning facilitator program, people learn my techniques and how I present, how I get the message across, how I change people's lives. I have a coaching program also, how to manage your heart, how to manage your head. I have a book, in fact, manage your heart first, then manage your head. When you're so emotional, can you solve problems?
Cannot. Very hard.
So you need to manage your heart first. I give you a step by step using a technique which I call SABR. In patience in Malay is sabar.
SABR, sabar.
It comes from the Arabic word sabrun. Sot baro. Sot baro, if you put it in ABC, it becomes SABR. The Malays like to add an additional A, but it's SABR. So using the acronym SABR, I teach people how to manage their patience. Manage their patience means you want to be angry, angry with patience, so that you don't curse. You imagine happy without patience, what happened?
Happy
without patience.
Oh, very happy then, right?
Very happy. Like people go for concert, their idol comes on stage, they go crazy.
Tak sabar.
Until they step their friend in front of them. So, how to manage all your emotions using patience, using support. And then when that has been settled, only then can you use another technique called SOIF, SOIF, to manage problems. You know SWOT? SWOT.
Yeah, SWOT, yes.
I find SWOT negative.
Strengths.
I find SWOT negative. Why? Because they talk about weaknesses and threats.
Yes.
Right?
SWOT, yeah.
So I said, why talk about weaknesses? Why not talk about improvements? Yeah? Why talk about threats? I mean, for example, you want to cross the road. Can you list down all the threats that will happen to you when you cross the road?
Car bang or motor bang also.
Really? Can you really list out all?
Cannot for sure. Because cannot.
Too many, right? Beyond your control some more. So why list out, wasting your time? What's the opposite of fear?
What the opposite of fear? Peace.
No. The opposite of fear is faith.
Faith.
Having faith in yourself, having faith in the knowledge that you have and the skills that you have, having faith in the people around you that they will be supportive, having faith in the economy, that the economy will be better, having faith, Once you have faith, you have no fear, So instead of SWOT, I come up with SOIF, SOIF, strength, opportunities, improvements, faith.
So this framework can be used in business as well.
Oh yes. You can. I've used it in, for example, Samsung in Negeri Sembilan, Negeri Sembilan. Whenever they do their business planning, after their business planning, they will call me into the meeting room and say, Rizal, could you do SWOT for us to seal their business plan with faith? You see, so many people they come up with action plans. In front of their coach, or so many action plans. And in front of the coach, at that moment of time, action plan really works well. But when they go back to their real world,
same lah.
Because of the challenges in life, suddenly they lost faith because the fear is there. Fear of what if this happen? What if this happen? See, so to eliminate that fear, I install faith in. So I use this technique called SOIF, so that people solve their problems using faith.
This is a very interesting one. It's very interesting.
So many. Check out my website.
So I mean, for those that are interested in learning, it's not only for business, right? It's on our daily life as well. So I will put down Rizal LinkedIn and website as well. So if you guys are interested, feel free to PM, or just visit the website. The website has a form drive. I think I contacted you through the form in the website as well. So there are forms that you can contact and all of the social media as well. So for those that are interested, feel free to do so, and I'll put the links down the comment box below this video. All right. So anything else that you want to mention before we end this podcast?
Stop bangawing. Stop giving excuses. Time to take charge.
Yeah, let's go, guys. Let's do it. Right. Thanks so much for your time, buddy. Thank you so much. Right. Thanks for watching, guys. So anything, just let me know, and all of the information I will put it down on this link below, comment box below this video. All right. See you again. Okay. Bye bye.